It's time now to have a look at the papers with Deepti Laurent, who's joined us in the studio. Hi, Deepti.
Hi, Lisa.
So there's a lot of focus on the LA mayoral race, which is heating up ahead of the vote next month.
Yeah, that's right. Democrat Karen Bass is the current mayor of Los Angeles, and she's vying to be re-elected. She became the first female mayor of Los Angeles back in 2022 when she was elected. And as I said, she's vying to be re-elected in the first round, which takes place on June the 2nd. As LA Mag notes, so the mayoral race for Los Angeles has become one of the weirdest ever, with no less than 13 people now vying to replace Karen Bass as mayor. And it's even weirder because it's usually a race in which the incumbent wins quite easily. Now, of the 13, there are 4 notable candidates. Council member Nithya Raman, she's a former ally of Karen Bass, and as late as last November was calling Bass one of the most progressive mayors in the city. There's also businessman Adam Miller, progressive housing advocate Reverend Ray Huang, and reality TV personality Spencer Pratt. A lot of focus on him, which I'll get to in a second. The Los Angeles Times actually looking at how he's really jolted the mayoral race. It also reminds us that a lot has happened in the city in recent years. You had the devastating fires last year and deadly fires as well. ICE raids, a $1 billion city budget deficit, not to mention the fact that the next mayor will also have to steer the city through the 2028 Olympic Games. Lots of attention on this man here, Spencer Pratt. He was a former reality TV villain turned Donald Trump endorsed Republican candidate. He has a very personal connection to why he's running. He lost his home in the Palisades fires last year. He is using, as the Times notes, his Hollywood savvy, social media skills, and innate rage to emerge as an unexpected and somewhat polarizing candidate. He has also perhaps cleverly downplayed his Republican affiliation, saying that the mayoral race is nonpartisan.
There seems to be a real trend of American celebrities or reality TV stars running for political office. I'm thinking of Kanye West. But the race, you said, it could drag out until the midterms in November?
Yeah, that's right, because, well, Time magazine explains in this article entitled "Spencer Pratt is running Trump's playbook in Los Angeles and Trump approves," that it's very unlikely, despite his popularity, it's very unlikely that any candidate will win the first round outright. The top 2 finishers will most likely have a runoff vote in November this year during the midterms, when California will be deciding a host of congressional races and voting on the next governor of California, the person who will replace Gavin Newsom. If Spencer Pratt becomes mayor in all of this, this could really shake up the political landscape in a traditionally Democratic city. He'd also be the first Republican mayor since pretty much the 90s, when Bill Clinton was president.
The first in 30 years.
Exactly.
Impressive. And moving on to something a little different, this weekend, the Enhanced Games will be taking place, rather controversial.
Yeah, very much criticized Enhanced Games. We'll see some 42 athletes duking it out for a host of prizes. They'll be competing at a specifically built arena in Las Vegas. There'll be swimming, track and field, weightlifting and strongman events. This is essentially a doping free-for-all. Athletes are allowed to take performance-enhancing drugs that are normally outlawed from competition and also outlawed by the World Anti-Doping Agency. The prize money is notably lucrative. Each winner will get $250,000 per sport, an extra $250K if they break a world record, and $1 million for the winners of the 50-meter freestyle and 100-meter sprint event. All of this detailed in The Guardian, calling it the most controversial event that they are unpacking in their edition today. The paper has also interviewed this man here. His name is Christian Angermayer. He's a German billionaire who is behind the enhanced games. He made his fortune in Bitcoin and biotech and is now looking to venture into sports. The games have been described as pioneering a new era in athletic competition that embraces science to push the boundaries of human performance. Much of the criticism, though, is outlined in an article from the Sydney Morning Herald today, in which a columnist lambasts the games as being dangerous, dishonest, and this weekend it'll be streamed everywhere, dressed up as a celebration of science. So you really do understand why a lot of people see that as a bit of a cop-out.
Absolutely, and I think these games sound like they're only for superheroes. They sound very intense.
Yeah, indeed.
Very intense. Us normal people would not be able to brave those. And finally, from you, a satirical Indian political party has gone viral.
Well, it began as a satirical party indeed. It began as a sort of parody party called the Cockroach Janta Political Party in India. It kind of was born after India's Chief Justice Minister compared India's unemployed youth to parasites and cockroaches, notably. However, the Cockroach People's Party has actually become a real party now in India. Its founder, Abhijit Dipka, is a political communications student at Boston University. He himself says he didn't expect that the party would find such a strong following. It was merely set up to reflect mounting anger and frustration among young Indians at their leaders. The Telegraph, an Indian paper here, explains that the party's X account was temporarily blocked on Thursday. Hours later, a new account was launched with the handle "Cockroach is back." So, being tongue-in-cheek is very much the ethos of this political party. They may be a parody group, but parody party, but they now have a logo, a slogan, an icon, and what an icon, the cockroach, notably resistant to everything. And even more than that, they have more than 14 million followers on social media. That is more than Narendra Modi's party itself, which is probably also grounds to see them as a viable threat. Lisa.
Wow, that's quite an impressive number. I think if we had the equivalent here in Paris, it might be called the rats.
Yeah, it would be more apt.
Yes, that's definitely the kind of animal we find here in France. Thank you very much. That was Deepti Laurent with this morning's papers.